So I attended a wedding a couple of years ago, and the preacher that was doing the service had about as much experience as I'd had. So we went about three-fourths of the way through the service before he asked everyone to sit down. And I'm not going to do that, but I would ask you to remain standing for just a moment, because our service today is going to be participatory, and I would like to ask you to remain standing for this first section of the service. We are gathered here today in the heart of God's country to witness and participate in the wedding between Jessica Lane Mulliken and Terrell Deshawn Turner. A wedding is a time of commitment between two people, a commitment of unconditional love both during the good times and the challenging times. In my experiences, though, a wedding is also a time for family and friends who are gathered both in person and those joining us during these extraordinary times through the internet to celebrate and also to commit our unconditional support to Jessica and Terrell as they begin their journey through life as a married couple. It is often said that it takes a village to raise a child. Well, as someone who has been married to the love of my life for over 33 years and helped to raise 4 beautiful children to adulthood, I can also state that the support and love and prayers for those gathered here today for Jessica and Terrell will also be important as they go through life as husband and wife. So if you're here today as a member of the Mulliken and Turner family or as a friend of Terrell and Jessica, I would ask you to join me in the following commitment. Terrell and Jessica, I promise to support you both, love you both, and keep your marriage in my thoughts and prayers each day. If you please join me in making this commitment to them by saying I do.
I do.
Please have a seat. On behalf of Tammy and Trammell and myself, we would like to welcome everyone to this beautiful event. We've been looking forward to it for a long time, and so it is with great celebration that we are gathered here today. I do want to, just as a disclaimer for those of you that don't know me, I've given lots and lots of speeches, both in public speaking and in Congress and in the Texas legislature, but I am legally blind, and so when I'm speaking in Congress or the legislature, I can wing it. It's all right. But I take these remarks that I'm making here today very seriously, and so I'm going to stick to the script pretty well, I hope. If you will, we pause and bow with me as we start out with an invocation. God of the universe, we ask for infinite blessings on this beautiful event, the marriage of Jessica and Terrell, and the life adventures they will share for many years to come. Be with Jessica and Terrell and the Mulliken and Turner clan as they are united as a new family by the vows that are about to be shared. Bless all who are gathered here this evening, both in person and by virtue of their participation on the internet, and for all our families and friends, wherever they may be. Amen. So, at this point in the service, typically, the father of the bride would pause, or the mother of the bride would pause before the handoff occurred, and asked who gave this bride to this man to be married. Well, we didn't do that, and there's a reason for that, and that is that Tammy and I did not raise Jessica nor her sisters to be given to anyone. We raised them to be their own individual persons, and so just as Terrell did not ask me for permission to propose to Jessica, I am not giving him my permission to marry him. but what I do want to offer to you, Terrell, and to Jessica both, is that Tammy and I wish and we give you our unconditional blessing in this beautiful event. And in preparing my remarks for today's events, I naturally turned to my spiritual advisor and soulmate, Tammy, for her guidance. As usual, her wisdom was profound, and so I will share her thoughts with you now. In 1 Corinthians 13, we are taught about the power of love. Starting in verse 4, Paul states, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres." Then in verse 13, Paul concludes with, "And now these three remain, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love." Tammy then concluded with, "Choose hope and love over fear. In our current world of great division, where all things seem to be opposites, right and wrong, good and bad, black and white, a world where one can easily love, hope, and turn toward one can easily lose hope and turn toward fear. In a world such as this, the union of Jessica and Terrell brings me great hope. They absolutely love each other and honor the differences in each other. For example, Jessica is vegan and Terrell most definitely is not. Jessica is a sixth-generation Texan, and Terrell got here as quick as he could. And Jessica, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Terrell is a San Francisco 49er fan, and so that too is going to be a great difference. But I am sure that if one looks hard enough, there are even other differences between Jessica and Terrell, although I cannot think of any right now. Let us look at the two of them as a beacon of hope for what our future looks like. They communicate lovingly and respectfully, even about their differences, and embrace each other and all that they each hold near and dear to their hearts. This is from the book of Tammy, chapter 1, verse 1. What beautiful poetry that is that your mom shared. Jessica and Terrell, do you, with your family and friends as your witnesses, present yourselves willingly and of your own accord to be joined in marriage?
I do.
Will you promise to care for each other in the joys and sorrows of life, come what may, and to share the responsibility for growth and enrichment of your life together?
I do.
Jessica, your beauty, spiritually, mentally, and yes, physically, is too great for me to even come close to describing her today, or I would really lose it. Continuously, you have lived a life that has exceeded your mother's and my expectations. And I could spend a long time telling this story, but your insistence when you were 3 or 4 years old that there was no pee in the napkin, your solo at the state marching contest in San Antonio, your salutatorian speech when you graduated from high school, your being awarded a university scholar position at Abilene Christian at one point when you graduated, surviving law school, and then your work with Special Needs Trust. You have always maintained the highest level of personal and professional standards and ethics that any parent could ever dream of. More importantly, your continuous commitment to your faith, family, and friends has been a wonderful example to all that know you. Terrell, Tammy and I have known for a long time that for any of our girls that for them to be an eligible suitor for any of our girls, they would first have to pass the William test. And so I will share with you, when I first learned of the William test, about 15 years ago, the family went to Coach Gene Stalin's home, or his ranch, and he was sharing with me, he too had a son, Johnny, that had Down syndrome. He had 4 daughters. And so when one of the girl suitors would come to call, the immediate first test of first date that determines whether or not they got a second date or not was their reaction to Johnny. And Johnny said, this wasn't something I coached my girls on. That was just something that's always the way it was. And so when you first came to our house to meet William, you immediately embraced William. You surrounded him. And so by the second date, you were his brother. I mean, and you've been his brother ever since. And now he's adopted your brothers as his brothers. And so you definitely passed the William test. But more importantly, though, you passed the Jessica test. All those years, I often thought of what kind of person would win my Jessica's heart. I knew these were the 2 emotional trigger parts. While I had some lofty dreams, I was never so bold as to anticipate someone that not only met all of Jessica's dreams for a life partner, but also someone who would immediately fit in so well with the Mulliken family. Last fall, when you went with Jessica to meet her papa in Lubbock, you immediately embraced the Mulliken family with a sincere commitment to become part of our clan. Your interactions with the Mulliken family that weekend in Lubbock meant so much, especially to Papa. From that point forward, I knew you were the son-in-law that not only met but far exceeded all of my dreams for Jessica. And so, get these out. So there's yours, and there's yours, and if y'all would turn and face each other. Go ahead, Jessica.
I, Jessica, take you, Terrell, to be my husband. I promise to honor and cherish you for the man that you are, to delight in your victories and comfort you in hard times, to encourage your creativity and support your passions. I promise to be patient with you, to listen to you, to respect you, even if we disagree, to provide good counsel when we face challenges, and to always work towards the good of our family. I promise to be loyal and faithful to you, to put this marriage and our commitment to one another first, and to love you fiercely until my last breath.
I, Terrell, take you, Jessica, to be my wife. I promise to honor and to cherish you for the woman that you are, to delight in your victories and comfort you in your hard times, to encourage your creativity and to support your passions. I promise to be patient with you, to listen to you, respect you, even when we disagree, to provide good counsel, and when we face challenges, and to always work towards the good of our family. I promise to be loyal and faithful to you, to put this marriage and our commitment to be in the first, another first, and to love you fiercely with my last breath.
Okay. So we're to the point of where Jessica and Terrell are going to exchange some rings. And in preparation for this service, you know, there's a library full of books that talk about what does the ring symbolize. And all I can say is I'm not a poet, and I can't really capture what so many people that are a lot smarter than I am have said about what does a ring mean. So all I can do is tell you what a ring means to me. And a ring, my ring that I got 33 years ago, is my symbol that forever and ever Tammy is mine and I'm Tammy's. And I hope that you will always treat your rings that you're about to exchange with that kind of recognition of the symbol, of what they symbolize. So may these rings symbolize your inherent wholeness and unity with one another, giving you the strength to happily honor your commitments to each other. May they remind you that marriage is not a destination but a journey with no beginning and no end, just a moment to moment opportunity to love and to be loved to the best of your ability. So Terrell, as you place Jessica's ring on her finger, would you please repeat after me? Jessica, I give you this ring to wed.
Jessica, I give you this ring to wed.
As a symbol of my abiding love.
As a symbol of my abiding love.
My eternal faith.
My eternal faith.
And my undying devotion.
And my undying devotion.
It is an outward reminder of our.
It is an outward reminder of our
inner unity.
Inner unity.
Jessica, would you put? Jessica, repeat after me. Terrell, I give you this ring to wed.
Terrell, I give you this ring to wed.
To wear. I'm sorry. As a symbol of my abiding love.
As a symbol of my abiding love.
My eternal faith and my undying devotion.
My eternal faith and my undying devotion.
It is an outward reminder of our inner unity.
It is an outward reminder of our inner unity.
May these wedding rings be a reminder to both of you of the commitment you have made today and be a testimony to all the world of your devotion and commitment in marriage. Now, by the powers granted to me by the great state of Texas and an ad in the back of Rolling Stones magazine, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may seal it with a kiss. Jessica and Terrell Turner.
What is happening?
Go ahead.
Thanks for reminding me. Oh, thank you. You ready? Has it been long for you as it's been for me?
Today?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been long. It looks so good.
You do too. I was like, I'm not gonna cry. And I was like,
You cried.
I know.